Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
And you're watching Tesla Time News.
Episode 60, Special Halloween Edition.
On Now You Know. Do I have to wear this costume for the entire episode?
No, I mean, I guess...
Am I Jon Snow?
You're, sure. Yeah. You're definitely...
Maybe I'm Ned Stark, but then I don't last very long.
Right. Well, I mean, the good news is you've lasted 60 episodes so far, so...
Oh, that's true. Am I going to be killed off?
I don't... That's not really how this show works.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, you want to take this off?
All right.
Okay.
So researchers at Belgium's VUB University calculated the total life cycle emissions of an electric car. Now, that includes the manufacturing of it, the battery manufacturing, and all the energy consumption. Mm-hmm. Guess what they came up with?
That it was less than a gas car?
Exactly. What we've been saying all this time. It basically depends where you live, but on average, it's 50% cleaner than a diesel car. For the longest time, people have always argued, well, you're not taking into account the manufacturing process. This study does.
Right. And so even if you're running off of basically just dirty coal factories,
it's still cleaner. Last week, a dozen global cities signed the Fossil Fuel-Free Streets Declaration. And what that is they are going to be purchasing only zero-emission buses for their cities.
Wow.
Starting in 2025.
So, I mean, what cities are we talking about? We're talking about, like, Duluth, like Minnesota, or some cities where, like, there's no buses anyway?
Well, the two American cities are Los Angeles and Seattle.
Okay, so not small cities.
Big cities.
Big cities, okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
This is pretty exciting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The King County Transit Authority, which serves Seattle, they announced that they're going to be purchasing 120 BEBs. Those are electric buses by BEBs by 2020. And they are already ordered 73 from Proterra. Remember Proterra is that American electric bus company?
Mm-hmm.
That's 20% of Proterra's sales already.
Wow.
Going to Seattle.
That's exciting.
So this is really exciting news. Many people think that the number of buses is going to climb from 800,000, which is the sales of buses today, to about 1 million buses per year sold. And the big question is, how many of those are going to be diesel? How many of those are going to be electric? So if you're the CEO of Proterra, Ryan Popple, you are going to be very optimistic about BEBs, BEBs, and he's thinking that the numbers of BEBs sold in 2030, 2040 are going to outnumber diesels. If you are just kind of a regular analyst, then you are thinking that the number of diesels are still going to be dropping from where they are today down to probably around 51%.
So this is a plant in Iceland that was opened by Climeworks last week.
Does this make power?
It does not make power. It sucks in air, and then it dissolves the carbon dioxide in the air into water, and then it pumps the water deep underground where it reacts with basalt and turns it into limestone.
Wow, what's the point of it?
Basically, this is just a way to sequester CO2 deep in the earth.
Oh, wow. How much can it sequester?
So this plant is rather small. It can do about 50 metric tons per year, which is about as much as the average American household puts out a year.
Wait, so the average American household puts out 50 metric tons of carbon dioxide a year?
Yes.
And this whole plant only does basically one American family?
Basically one of those.
So how much does it cost?
They said that they've achieved $30 per metric ton.
So that's $1,500 for a year. Okay.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I think that this is great, but I mean, they said that basically they can scale this up, which is good. I can't imagine that the $30 per metric ton is including building the facility.
Right.
Obviously, you can run it for a really long time, so there's an investment in building it, but it seems like you'd be better off planting trees. So basically, we did a little bit of math. We figured out that 65 acres is the equivalent, 65 acres of 25-year-old trees can begin to sequester roughly 50 metric tons per year.
Oh, wow, okay. All right, it's time for Model 3 News.
Model 3 News, here we go. We have lots of pictures of Model 3s all around the place.
They're popping up everywhere.
It's very exciting, so I mean...
First thing I want to mention is you should go check out Model 3 Owners Club latest video. It's Trevor and Ken showing off the white Model 3 that they got to test drive for. This video is over an hour. They cover everything in detail. You should really check it out.
Yep.
Check out all these cool photos here of Model 3s that are popping up in New York. Model 3s that are popping up pretty much everywhere. So here's a white one with arrow wheels, which I thought was pretty cool to see those. And also you get to see a front-mounted license plate.
Yeah, very cool.
Because a lot of states are requiring that. And I found out, which you can find out in Trevor's video, that you can stick that onto the front. You don't have to bolt it onto the front.
You don't have to drill any holes.
No holes.
That's pretty sweet. Talking about Model 3, there have been a lot of production bottlenecks that are being covered in the news a lot. And I think we should address this. I think we should talk about it.
Why is Elon singing songs right here? Is he camping right now?
He is camping. He's camping on the roof of the Gigafactory.
What?
Yes. So apparently Elon didn't want to drive the half an hour to Reno to a hotel, so he
Camped out on the roof.
camped out on the roof.
Wow. So he tweeted, by the way, just want to express a word of appreciation for the hard work of the Tesla Gigafactory team. Reason I camped on the roof was because it was less time than driving to a hotel room in Reno. Production hell, 8th circle. And when he Instagrammed, it says, whiskey, fire, s'mores, and JC. Also, hot dog or not hot dog. JC meaning
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash. Why is he on the roof of the Gigafactory, though?
Well, I mean, he's camped out because there seems to be some kind of glitch in production at the Gigafactory, so he's there to sort that out.
Oh.
I wouldn't want anyone else there.
Yeah. So have you heard about this? This is the largest energy company in Denmark. They were founded in 1972. The name of the company was Dong. It stands for Danish Oil and Natural Gas.
Yep.
And all they did was oil and natural gas. Well, get this.
Yep.
Now they don't do any oil, natural gas, or coal. They only do green energy.
Yeah, basically they just released a video talking about, how the Earth is our home and that we should take care of it, and that they are switching from a black to a green energy company. And I think that this is one of the most amazing transformations of any company that I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, look at this offshore wind. This is one of the largest offshore wind installations in the world, and they are putting it in because they've realized that fossil fuels are not the answer.
Right. So what's this picture of a tunnel? Is this a new video game that Elon Musk's working on?
Well, it's something he's working on. It's the Boring Company, and it's the 500-foot long tunnel. It used to be 160 feet long, but now it's 500 feet long. And he said that it's expected to be completed in 3 to 4 months.
Wow.
This is the tunnel that goes under 120th Street from the SpaceX headquarters down to Hawthorne Street. This would be, when completed, a 2-mile-long tunnel. And then, he said, he would like to see the tunnel stretching to 405 North-South Connect from LAX to the 101 in a year or so.
Wow. So, I mean, that's a really long.
Yeah, we did a little math. It would be a couple miles to get to LAX to the west, and then it would be about 10 miles to the north to get up to the 101.
Right.
So my question is this. It looks like it's about a 12-foot diameter tunnel. Do you think, viewers, that this is going to be for a Hyperloop pod, or do you think it's going to be for the Tesla sled? I don't know.
You'll have to fill us in the comments, because you guys seem to know better.
So what is this bubble-like object floating along here?
So this is Renault and a group of students from the Central St. Martin's Art and Design College in London. They've designed basically the car of the future.
Ooh, the car of the future?
Yes.
Where are the wheels?
Oh, it's hover car.
So it's maglev?
Apparently it's going to be maglev.
Ooh, and so these little pods fit together like this?
They fit together so you can float to where you need to go.
Oh, interesting. So this is Renault?
This is Renault, and yeah, this is what they think that cars are going to look like in the future.
That could. Why is the highway still made of asphalt?
I don't know. I guess it's cheap or easy. Yeah, I don't quite understand why this is what they think cars of the future are going to be like.
Could.
It could be.
They're autonomous.
Okay, but
They're electric.
You can't take them anywhere off of tracks. Like it would be like driving around a train set.
Oh, well.
I mean, unless they come up with some hover technology that we don't really know about yet.
I just like that they're going off in this direction. They're thinking big.
I think
Good for them.
No, I think it's ridiculous. Why?
Why not?
Because it's a floating hover car. That's ridiculous.
Cool.
No, it's stupid.
You're wearing a Marty McFly. You were on a hoverboard. You can't
They
argue
have
against
hoverboards, okay? And they're lame. They're lame. They have to be on specific tracks. They have to make them specifically. They have to charge it up. You have to fill it with liquid nitrogen. It's dumb. It's lame. Welcome to the real world.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Sorry to bring some a spoonful of medicine to you, but
Wow.
this is
You're mixing your movies here.
the hard
Okay.
knocks here.
Another one. Wow.
Okay, so on this show we like to talk about electric car companies.
Yeah, here's one. This is Xiaopeng Motors, which was founded by Henry Zia back in 2014. And he has already raised $320 million for his company, and they're reportedly going to get another round of over $1 billion expected to boost their capacity up to 100,000 vehicles of production. That would be amazing. So get this car. It's called the Xpeng, and they've already made 15 of them. It's an SUV, all electric. It looks a lot like a Tesla.
Well, not the outside, but a
But
lot
look
of
inside.
the interior bits
Yes.
and pieces. Look at the battery pack.
Yeah, so this battery pack.
Strikingly similar. It uses 18650s in a very similar format.
Yep, theirs are made by Samsung, even though Teslas are made by Panasonic. But other than that, they're almost identical.
Yep.
The big touch screen looks very similar. The driver's nav screen looks very similar. So anyway, why does it look so similar? Well, because Tesla opened their patents and they basically said, hey, great, we're going to copy your car.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that since you're allowed to do it. Their car can go 300 kilometers, which is 186 miles of range, so not as much as a Model S or X. And it's not as fast, but I think they're aiming at a more mid-price market.
Right. I think that makes sense. You should, it's good to have sort of a off-brand Tesla, if you will.
That's right. So this could be a pretty exciting car. So we have some news to tell you. We had announced a couple months ago that we would open up to our referrers the possibility of getting a test ride in the next generation Tesla Roadster. Well, we have decided that we have gotten far enough along that we are getting it no matter what. So if you've already used our referral code, we will be meeting you if you live in the contiguous 48 United States or Southern Canada. And there's still a few slots left.
Yes, but they are going quickly. So if you would like to have a test ride in the next generation Roadster, meet Zach and I, have a ride in Sparky, probably in a Model 3. I mean, who knows? Definitely, time is ticking.
That's right. Use the referral
Slots are
code.
going.
It's down there in the link.
Yep. All right, so here on the show, you may have noticed that we do a lot of talking. And it can be a bit dull, and we don't have any reporters in the field.
Ooh, we need some reporters.
We need some reporters in the field.
How can we get some?
And we were thinking that we'd go on to Craigslist or something, but
bad idea.
it was getting pretty sketchy. So,
We should just go out to the internet.
yes. Hello, Internet. To those of you watching, we know that we have some really wonderful, awesome, and talented fans. If you want to, and you are more than welcome to, we're going to be looking for contributors. You can basically be a reporter,
A video contributor.
to
Wow.
Tesla Time News. Now, that means basically that you are going to need a camera of some kind. Could be a phone, could be something like
Yeah,
that.
phones work.
We want to see what you look like. We want basically for us to be like, and now off to, Joe Schmo in the field. And then we can, see you. And so anyway, we need resumes, basically. We need you to fill out a video resume for us.
Yeah, so make a 60-second video or less explaining who you are, where you live, what your interests are as a contributor, and what makes you a good candidate for being a Now You Know on-air contributor.
Yep. And basically, every week we're going to have stories that, we would hopefully want to cover. And, we live in Massachusetts, which is not, anywhere in California. It's not anywhere in the rest of the world. So, I mean, there's all sorts of stories happening all over the place. And, if you just so happen to live nearby to, a new factory that's being built or a new startup that has just started up, it would be cool if you could go say, hi, I am with Now You Know. There are 30 or so thousand subscribers. We could set up interviews for you. There's all sorts of crazy fun things that we could do.
That's right.
So definitely, if you're interested, send us
So you're going to send
resume.
send us your YouTube link of your video that you shot, and we will get back to you.
Yep.
It's time for the lightning round.
Here we go, lightning round.
So this just came in from a viewer from Bangladesh. He says there's no electric car charging points anywhere in the country of Bangladesh, and the import duty on cars from out of country is very high. And that means that a Model X or a Model S could end up costing 3 to 4 times what it costs in the United States. Now, in addition to that, their government has no initiative programs for electric cars, but despite all that, all those obstacles, there are some people that are still buying Teslas. So there's footage here you're seeing of Teslas driving around in Bangladesh because people want them so much.
Right.
So I'm just excited that, I mean, imagine when the Model 3 comes out, an even more affordable car. Even without infrastructure, people are probably going to be getting them.
Yeah.
Hopefully, someday soon, there'll be some infrastructure in Bangladesh.
Wow.
So check out this graph. This is from Q1 of 2016 in the US. It shows that 99% of new electricity generation capacity added in the US came from renewable energy sources. 64% of that was solar.
Wow.
Yeah, that means that the big money is not building coal plants, they're not building natural gas plants, they're building renewable energy like wind and solar.
And why is that? I mean, it's probably because all of these companies just care so much about the environment,
That's
right?
probably it. That's the only reason. It couldn't be that it's cheaper. Couldn't have anything to do with that.
Right. It is cheaper. It is cheaper, by the way. All right, so Tesla in Michigan have always had kind of like a rough, they're not the best of friends. It's kind of strange because, Michigan is home to Detroit, the American car makers, capital of the world. And, Tesla, it's an American car manufacturer.
That's right.
Yeah, why aren't they good friends?
Yeah, so what is this?
Tesla just opened a non-store in Michigan.
A what?
So, we've covered before that they opened a showroom at a Nordstrom in Michigan. Now they've opened an actual showroom where...
Can you do a test drive?
You can't do a test drive. You can't get service.
Can you talk about prices?
You can't talk about prices or delivery information. Basically, you can just talk about the car in general.
Oh.
So you can say, this is a Tesla.
Tesla's...
And then you're like, oh, how much is it? And I can't tell you that, sir, because the state of Michigan doesn't want you to know.
Yeah, Tesla's still suing the state of Michigan to get the right to start selling cars at the location.
Right.
So in London, there is an extra surcharge on your car if you drive into the city with a car that is polluting. And that charge is going to be going up. Now, we don't fully understand how it works, so we're asking our Londoner viewers to put in the comments below how it works. Are there tolls to get into the city? Are there special things on your car? Like, how does that work? Please tell us. There is a quote here from the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. He says, "We've got a health crisis in London caused by the poor quality air. Roughly speaking, each year, more than 9,000 Londoners die prematurely because of the poor quality air. Children in our city whose lungs are underdeveloped, with adults who suffer from conditions such as asthma, dementia, and strokes directly caused by poor quality air."
Wow. So, London is actually taking action against this.
Yes.
And good for them because, so I think it's going to be basically a 10-pound charge increase over on top of what is a 21.5-pound surcharge for those who are driving into the city. Now, this does not affect EVs.
Ooh.
So, quite a little bonus there if you drive an EV.
Nice. So guess how many i3s have been sold by BMW?
I don't know,
I was kind of shocked.
1,000?
100,000.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
And get this. This is a picture of what happens to old i3 batteries when they're no longer good enough to be in the cars.
I'm sorry. That's just a myth.
No,
it's like the dog,
Oh no, this isn't like dog heaven. This is battery reality. They put these batteries into this building and use it as a battery for this wind generator.
Cool. All right.
Isn't that cool?
All
because when a battery's done being a battery for a car, it's still a good battery.
Wow. That's awesome. So they actually put them to good use. And it looks like they just rip them right out of the cars and stick them right into the factory.
So Elon Musk is right.
Whoa. Obviously,
well,
right?
You know how Elon has been against the hydrogen fuel cell?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of silly.
Well, Toyota has been working on their Mirai, which uses a fuel cell. And it's funny that this week we heard from their chief engineer, Yoshikazu Tanaka, who said, Elon Musk is right. It is better to charge the electric car directly by plugging in.
Well, there you have it. So then I guess they're getting rid of the Mirai then, right?
You would think so, but no.
Okay, what do you mean?
So the chairman, who is higher up on the chain than the chief engineer, Chairman Takashi Yuchi Yamada, He said, "We don't really see an adversary zero-sum relationship between the EV electric vehicle and the hydrogen car. We're not about to give up the hydrogen electric fuel cell technology at all."
Okay. Well, good luck with that. See how that works out.
I know, it seems like if your chief engineer says that it's time to move on, you should, but
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, so we just saw a picture of this bus
Yeah, why is it plugged in a supercharger?
plugged in at a supercharger.
Why?
In Minnesota.
Yeah, why?
We don't know.
How could it even be plugged in?
We need to know more because, yes, for it to be actually charging, which this appears to be,
Yeah, it has to have a powertrain from Tesla.
it has to have a powertrain from Tesla.
So
that's
are you telling me
approved.
that under this orange thing is a powertrain from Tesla?
It could be. It could be that they just, I mean, it could have been a float. Here's what I think. It could be a float. It could be a float that was used in a parade, and they wanted a bus that was electric.
I think we need to find out. If you're in Minnesota anywhere and you've seen this bus, please get the story for us.
Yes.
Find out.
This is
Let us know.
puzzling.
I would love to find out. My conjecture is that it is a Model S or X under there that they use the powertrain from,
Yep.
which would be cool.
All right, so there's a new update that just came out to Tesla vehicles. Basically, full speed automatic emergency braking. Now, this is for Autopilot 2 cars and up. Obviously, if Autopilot 1 cars already had this. Also, now speeds going up to 90 miles an hour. That was from 50 miles an hour.
Nice.
And fold-in mirrors for tight streets with speeds up to 30 miles an hour. So,
Wait, fold-in mirrors? What does
so you
that
can
mean?
fold in your mirrors if you're traveling through a very tight street, I
that's
guess.
cool.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
So that's good. This is a big update for Autopilot 2 users. You finally get up to 90 miles an hour. Please don't just constantly travel at 90 miles an hour now that you can. Starlink. What do you think of that?
I love that name. Is that a new movie or something?
It's no, actually, it is going to be a real thing that we will have. You're going to be able to connect your phone to Starlink.
What is Starlink?
Basically, going to be a worldwide Wi-Fi.
Wait, what? Towers?
Not towers, satellites. So
Wait, you would need
everywhere.
thousands of them.
Well, that's sort of the point.
What? There's going to be thousands of... Oh, wait, we reported on this.
We've reported on this
Wait, so
before.
when is this happening?
It's going to be coming by 2020 or 2021.
Wow.
Basically, around 800 satellites should be in place by then. So they're going to start launching this for real in 2019, and they're going to be doing some tests just later this year.
Wow.
They said that their initial 4,000 satellite constellation is meant to be launched over the space of 5 years with limited service beginning in 2020 or 2021.
How exciting.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, what's DiDi?
DiDi is like Uber, only in China. And thus, being in China, it is the biggest, obviously.
Wow.
This is the world's largest ride-sharing app.
But why should I be interested? I mean, they're not using EVs.
They want to have over 1 million electric vehicles on their platform by 2020.
Wow. How are they going to do that?
So they're talking to Nevs, who bought out Saab.
Okay.
And so this company is going to produce a car called the 9.3 EV.
Oh, okay. Based on like the 9.3. That's cool.
Yeah.
And so they're going to be making 1 million of them?
Apparently, Nev said that they expect their car factory in Tianjin to start producing cars by the end of this year.
Wow.
So
that's exciting.
That
1
is
million
exciting.
EVs.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right, so now it is time for the Patreon bonus story. This is where we go through an extra little story this week. Actually, this week we have 2 stories for our Patreon viewers. If you want to check it out, head over to patreon.com and you can support us for as little as $1 a month if you so choose. We have also other great options for you to peruse as well.
Oh yeah,
little
some
perks,
new
and
perks.
stuff like that. So
That's right.
definitely head over to Patreon.
Did you know there's a new perk this week?
There's a new perk this week?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we say what it is?
Yeah, I think we can.
Okay.
It's a new hat. If you want to see what it looks like, head over to Patreon. There's only a few left, actually, a few slots left. But if you get in on it, you can get this limited edition hat. And
It says Truckin' Electric on it. So,
Yeah.
cool. You're going to have a hat for, basically, you can wear it when
Yeah.
they do the semi-unveiling.
yeah,
If you
the,
hurry.
the semi-unvailing.
Yeah.
So every week we like to thank our Patreon supporters, and this week we want to thank Mario Bermudez Jr.,
Anton Koizierev,
Corey Swanson,
Hunter Drake,
and Michael W. Smith. Thank you so much, guys. We're using a new piece of equipment that we couldn't have gotten without your help. So thank you.
All right, and every week we like to have a new viewer comment. And I just got a new phone, so I am going
what did you
to,
get?
yeah, I got a Pixel, so here we go. Okay, Google, read the comment of the week.
Ooh, is this a Google app?
It's a Google app.
I like the timestamps. I still watch the whole show, but if there is something I want to go back and watch again later, it will be easy to find it. Thumbs up from me.
Yeah, so last week we had talked about that we're putting timestamps into the videos to try it out for a week, see what you guys think. And it sounds like some of you really do like the timestamps for reasons that we weren't even thinking of. So we'll try and keep doing the timestamps because they seem to be helpful.
And we just learned that the timestamps only work on mobile, on the phone, if it's in a comment. So we will have to post it in a comment, I guess. Just want to give a big thank you to all of the people who go out into the world every week and film supercharger locations and give them reviews.
Cool locations. Check these out.
Hi, Zach and Jesse. This is Bruce Westlake at the Michigan Electric Automobile Association, charging at the brand new Fort Wayne, Indiana supercharger. It's got 10 stalls. It's in front of a Meijer superstore, which is open 24 hours a day. And we have every kind of restaurant you can think of, plus a Fairfield Inn down the road. Keep up the good work.
Hi, this is Steve from Tokyo. Today I wanted to show you the Palace Hotel Supercharger.
The Palace Hotel Supercharger, or officially the Marunouchi Supercharger, has only one stall and you have to hand your car to the valet. No tipping is required because it's Japan here. They give you 1 hour free parking, but if somebody's waiting, they stop you charging at 40 minutes. It's not too crowded, so most of the time you get to charge for 1 full hour, but who knows once the Model 3s hit the road. Also, it's right next to the Imperial Palace, so if it's your first time in Tokyo, I recommend checking it out.
Hello, Zach and Jesse here at the Supercharger in Las Vegas. That's Las Vegas, New Mexico. It's a 6-stall located in the parking lot of the Comfort Inn on the north side of town at the very end of the main drag. We have the Comfort Inn Hotel, place to stay. Other than that, there's really no other places to eat.
Thank you so much for doing this. I love seeing all these different places with superchargers in them. This is so exciting for me.
If we ever needed to go to any of these places, there we go.
Yeah.
There they are.
So let's talk about the new superchargers that are coming on this week. So where's Permitted this week?
Permitted is in nowhere. There's no permits this week. Sorry.
Oh, man.
That's unfortunate.
That's a bummer.
All right, but there are some under construction.
All right, what do we have?
We have Madison, East Washington Avenue, Wisconsin.
Bregenz, Austria.
Barrie North, Ontario, Canada.
Spearfish, South Dakota.
Sudbury, Ontario, Canada.
Muskegon, Michigan.
Actually, we're going to mispronounce this one just to be fair to the rest of the world.
How should we pronounce it?
We're going to pronounce it Muskegon, Michigan. That is just so that way the rest of the world, when we mispronounce like some of the ones coming up, it's
fair.
Owen Sound, Ontario, Canada.
And Phoenix, Arizona. Now, what do we got open this week?
Number 1,032 in the world and number 168 in China, the 50 stall in Shanghai.
Wait, you said what? 50 stall?
50 stalls in Shanghai Lilacs International Communication Center, China.
Someone has to go get video of this for us because I cannot believe, I still can't believe
I can't even imagine.
Even though we just reported on this a few weeks ago, I want to see it full of Teslas. So go get some footage.
All right.
Number 428 in the USA is the 8 stall in Cookeville, Tennessee.
Number 349 in Europe is the 10 stall in Amiens, France.
And number 1035 in the world, number 350 in Europe, is the 8 stall in Lokeren, Belgium.
See, and we mispronounced one in the United States, so that way when we mispronounce the one probably in Belgium,
I think I got it right.
Well, just in case, we're covering ourselves here just to make sure that we're not, offending anybody because we're going to mispronounce things intentionally. Just that way you don't know if we're mispronouncing things intentionally or not.
All right.
All right, so thank you so much for watching this episode of Tesla Time News.
Hey, now don't forget, we have a lot of videos that you guys have never seen.
Yes.
So if you like our stuff, you're going to want to see this one. This is a recreation of the Portlandia intro. We call it Teslandia. And we actually went to Portland, Oregon.
We drove to Portland, Oregon.
And we made a song for it. And
we wrote a song.
We planned it out on pieces of paper and shot it.
It wasn't on pieces. It was all online.
Oh, I think we had
And it
scraps
was
of paper.
super hard. Yeah, then we had to transfer it to scraps of paper
Right.
because we didn't have Wi-Fi when
Right,
we were
that's
driving. It
what it
was
was.
awful. But we did it, and we threw it together, and we spent a lot of time
And
on it,
it's-
and no one saw it.
and it's awesome.
It's
So
awesome.
go check this out.
this one out. Also, you can see how we made it
right.
in one of our other videos where we were driving across the country. You can check that one out as well. Also, if you like this show, you can listen to it as a podcast.
That's right. You can listen to it on Stitcher, iTunes, and like TuneIn in your Tesla.
Yeah, so that is pretty cool. Also, referral codes. If you're thinking about getting a Model S or X, use our referral code.
That's right.
And you could be getting a test ride in the next generation Roadster.
In addition to getting free supercharging.
Right, which is awesome.
Yep.
The slots are filling up, so be sure to, if you're thinking about it, hurry up and get to it because
That's right.
you might not make the cutoff.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody.
Now you know.